Hello and welcome to a very special video. Today I will be sharing my pumpkin carving tips so you can get a beautiful pumpkin like so, and you can have a lot of fun along the way with just a few simple steps. Stay tuned and I will share my pumpkin carving secrets with you. Step 1. Protect your surface. I use things like newspaper, an old drop cloth, bed sheets, anything to protect your surface because trust me, things are going to get messy. Step 2. Gather your equipment. You're going to need a large bowl or container to catch all the guts, a spoon or something to scrape out the innards, and some knives, but please be careful. Step 3. Cut off the bottom. So we cut the bottom off. This just makes life so much easier. There's no more reaching into pumpkins to try and light candles or trying to jam that top back on. It's super easy. Plus, this leaves the stem for you to hang on to. Use it like a little handle. All I'm doing is scoring the bottom and going around and carefully cutting out the base. I'm pressing in. You can push the base in until it slowly works itself out. You might need to give it a little bit of convincing. And then look at all of these seeds. I think this one is going to be packed full. Step 4. Remove the guts. Alright, this is my favorite part, and there are a few ways to do this. You can use a big spoon to scrape things off like I am here, and just kind of spoon it into a bowl. Or you can use a hand blender. This works really well to break everything up, but my favorite technique is just to go in with my hands. Scoop everything out, all of the bits, even cut off the base. We want to make sure that the bottom of our pumpkin here is actually quite flat, because that's where you're going to put your candles, or whatever it is you want to make your pumpkin glow with. Go ahead, wipe off the edges. We need a nice, dry, and clean surface. Step 5. Create your design. Now there are a few ways to draw on your design. You can use a dry erase marker and wipe this off with a paper towel, or if you're confident, you can use a Sharpie. You can also use stencils like this face I've printed out here. I'm just going to place this on the side that I want, roll your pumpkin towards you, and use some push pins to keep the design in place. Yes, I said push pins. These work so well. Make sure before you start drawing on your pumpkin or carving that your pumpkin has come to room temperature, or your markers will potentially not stick to your pumpkin. Now, take another push pin and make little dots around all of the black outlines. It's a little tricky to see on camera, but you can see them right there. They start to oxidize and go a little darker over time when they're exposed to air. Now just go ahead and draw on the rest of your face. You can either draw on a new face, or you can trace over all of the dots to make them a little easier to see for little ones. Step 6. Get to carving. Now let's go ahead and carefully cut out our design. I like to start by scoring ever so slightly around and just kind of getting the base in. Then you can slowly work in sections. Put your hand in and try and press out the pieces from the inside, or you can try and push the pieces inward into the inside of the pumpkin and catch them all. I like to work in small sections just because it makes things easier and less chance of breaking your design when you try to push out this really big carved piece. So just go around and take your time. Once you get the large chunks out, you can take a smaller knife and clean up the details. See, you can just press in and reach in and grab your pieces out. It's super easy. Wipe off any removable marker and go in, and like I said earlier, you can now work in some fine details and clean up the pumpkin if there's any leftover marker. Once you're done, it should look something like this. Step 7. Reinforce your design. Now to protect our pumpkin and to prevent it from rotting really quickly, we're going to rub some Vaseline all over every single edge of this pumpkin, all of the cut pieces, even the base. This will help to prevent the air from, doing its thing and bacteria growing outside. You can also add some scent to your pumpkins. I'm using some cinnamon here. Just sprinkle it in. It'll stick to the Vaseline and any wet surface from the pumpkin. Don't forget the base. And I'm also going to stab a few bases of cloves into the base. This smells so good when a candle is lit. Trust me, I could even smell it before I had put the pumpkin outside. Now, once you're ready, place your base outside wherever it needs to go and just press your pumpkin down. And once you're ready, in the dark, they look something like this. And see how easy it is to remove the pumpkin to get to your candle if it blows out? No more reaching inside and getting your hands all goopy. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you had some fun and you can create your own mystical and wonderful jack-o'-lanterns this holiday season. Until next time, take care. Bye!